The easiest cut
All
ever as
right,
well, I
guys.
reckon.
Probably easier,
All
yeah.
right, guys. We're back anyway. Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Loadout OCE. Just some technical difficulty. Had to restart that, but anyway, joined by my great co-hosts, Case, Jordie, and Jayden. Back again for another week, talking about CDL, competitive COD in general, challenges, season 2 updates, and a bunch of other stuff along the way. So as always, we'll start. We'll get some hindsight into the weeks of the co-hosts and see how they've been. So, Case, we'll start with you.
Yep. I'm not going again. My week was good, Stearns. Thanks for asking. Jordie, your turn.
Not much. Gym and watch COD and soccer.
Excellent, excellent. Jayden, how you been this week?
I've been good, mate. I didn't get a chance to chat before, so I'll be full of words for everybody. Yeah, I had a good week. Watched a bit more COD than the week before, which was nice. Obviously it clashes quite hard with my work schedule, so I mainly watch like replays and stuff when I can. Other than that, streaming, Marvel Rivals, lots of that. But yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Keen to have a chat.
That's good, that's good. So, there's been a lot to happen during the week, but I'm going to start off, quite comfortably. We're going to have a look at a certain thing that's happened this week, and that is the CDL. Oh, sorry, not CDL. Call of Duty has come out and talked about their season 2 launch. So this season 2 launch comes out next week. Includes 5 new multiplayer maps. 2 of those are quite small, so we won't really talk about those. A bunch of zombie stuff, which I feel the boys will be quite excited about, as well as some new guns, some new operators, the shebang. But I more want to talk about some of the new maps coming in, especially Bounty looks quite good. Dealership is also quite a big map. It's had a bit of backlash because having so many cars in the map, some people have said what call out they're going to have. He's behind the car. There's about 100 of them. So, but I don't know.
That's your call out on every map.
I don't know if anyone's had much look into it, but if anyone has, feel free to take the floor and start talking about it.
No, I've only seen one map, Grind. BO2, probably before your time, Stern. You're a new gen CDL. As soon as the CDL come in, you started playing some COD. So yeah, any time before then, you weren't really around. So yeah, BO2 is a pretty good map back then, and it was a DLC. So hopefully it's good in this COD.
I did play Grind anyway, by the way, because it was in BO4, but
That's because it was in COD Mobile too, probably.
yeah. But I also did play some COD before that, so anyway, we'll move on. I don't know if Jayden or Jordie have had a look at these, but I've got it right now. Just a quick little look at it. Dealership looks like a bunch of cars. Obviously from the name. Bounty looks quite interesting. It looks like a pretty decent 3-lane map. Lifeline's also a new map, but it looks quite small. It looks like a small version of Hijacked. Seeing as it is a 2v2 map as well. So I don't see that being touched at all. But, Bounty, Dealership, hopefully they try them out. Hopefully they're good. And might see some more maps in the rotation. Other stuff.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm so desperate for some freshness in COD at the moment. Like I feel like I need it.
I'd
think-
rather they fix the game first, but
Yeah, well,
Who knows? Maps are
man,
cool, but-
that should be a given. That should have happened like 2 months ago, but 3 months ago, whenever the fucking game come out. But they're slowly going towards fixing it, like new maps, new gun potentially with the PPSH. How about nanny cheat? And being able to turn off crossplay, which is pretty handy. For
What if you're on PC?
well, that's just unlucky.
Like every single person nearly on Call of Duty nowadays. So
Yeah.
Move it back to console. Sucks to suck.
no, I mean yeah, but it's just not how it is
There has
nowadays.
been a
Gaming.
few reports on cheaters on PlayStation at the moment too that are finding ways to get past the hacks by remote play. That's also going to be
Yeah, you can definitely bypass.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's
I don't
pretty
think
easy to do.
I don't think that kind of solves it. I feel like the anti cheat would probably be a better option, but that's
So much
is-
effort to fucking try and hack by a fucking remote player. That's impressive at how
Mate,
much
if
effort
you're gonna
people are
hack
going
in
to hack
general,
this
you're gonna do
game.
whatever you got to do to hack in the first place, ain't you?
Like, just
Correct. You
where's
only way to
where's the
get hacking,
fun in
mate.
doing it though? Like,
Where's
come
the fun
on.
in cheating in general? But people do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cases are
It's not the first time Season 2's had to kind of fix the game too. Like, we remember Vanguard was broken and MW2, like, the game was just shit. So, and even MW3, like, they had to get new stuff to come out to fix it. So, it's not
So
really
wait,
new.
so what you're telling me, Case, is we just buy the game when season 2 is about to release and we get nice and cheap.
But that's when they bring in new stuff, because then all the black cell shit and like the Vault edition isn't, like, it's all that shit's already paid for, but now no one's paid for it. So we might as well bring
Yeah.
all the good shit in now, because more people will pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we do have a serial cheater in here anyway. Case has been accused of walls many of times, so he'd probably be able to give us a bit of insight on the cheating debacle in the first place. But
Yeah, I actually bored. Yeah, known border.
but they have new rank awards, which include new camos and stuff for guns, which look kind of
Which
cool.
look pretty
but
good.
Is what it is. I don't know.
Oh, you'll maybe able to get new gold skins, Ernie.
No, I'll be able to get my plat skin. Don't you worry about that. We don't go back
I'll-
anything under plat, so
You'll-
I've got that automatically.
You'll find me in private match practicing my nades, because that's all I do.
Yeah. NATO. Yeah, they are good. So yeah, we got the new PPSH come back. We've seen this gun before a couple of times. Always feels pretty nice. Cypher, it's an AR in the Battle Pass. Don't know how it's gonna go. Usually they pretty much GA Battle Pass guns straight away anyway. So because they usually come in, they're usually overpowered, so people grind to use them, and we never really get to see them anyway. So that's that.
What? Well, yeah, it makes sense why these new guns are OP. Like, use them in Warzone, more people want to buy the skins that come out with it too. Like, it's just the same old shit, mate. Different year.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Continue.
because the case of talking about nades, I heard in a stream that I don't know if they have or they are going to buff nades. That's why they're going to buff it so it takes 3 nades to kill someone. From a
That-
stream that I heard, I don't know if
that
they've already
nerf-
done that or
Nerf it, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I heard
Speaking
that.
of nade, he's all shit.
Oh yeah, I've not heard
Um,
anything about it, but
new zombies map. I think people are sort of talking about because it's like bringing back the ice stuff and it's not new content. But
I've seen a lot of
I
Warzone
thought it
people
looked pretty good.
complaining that they don't care about Warzone, which is just
Yeah,
crap
I've
to
seen
me.
that.
But
Thank fuck.
yeah, whatever. People,
Warzone rules though, anyway.
people love
It's about time.
Yeah, they get fucking everything in Warzone. Anyway.
And they're nerfing the jackal. They're getting rid of the barrel.
Yeah,
But then
Yeah.
you're allowed to use overpressured, which is the same as gain twist anyway. So, like, what is the difference?
They
Is
just
that
want to make it
did
look
you watch that
different.
BC clip?
Nah, I heard there was some fucking outrageous clips today, but
BC was saying there's no point.
I saw that one. Yeah, I did see that one
Yeah.
when he was playing on Nicktown.
Yeah.
But I've seen people getting ripped off, like the art heady on Vault and shit with the sub. Octane, I think, was one of them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's enough season 2 talk. We'll see what happens with the update. Hopefully, it all works well and we get to see some improvement. But who knows? I'm praying that the maps are viable and we can replace some of the maps in the current map pool. But moving along, had a bit of drama this week with some things coming out of mainly the last game of the CEL week, which was last game or second last game, with Thieves and Optic. So obviously we will talk about Scrappy first. First map of the day was a hard point against Optic, and Scrap dropped the lowest damage in a CDL game, hardpoint game, with 700. He went 6 for 19 over the map. Only had 8 eliminations in general, so 2 assists. Was just really.
You said that properly.
Pardon?
He went 619.
Yeah, 619. Yeah, he did go 619.
Car.
Our old Rey Mysterio, Scrappy boy. Who's that jumping out the sky? It was just fucking Shotzi and Hook slaughtering him. He really got put in the blender, and he was laughing at the end of it, but deep down, I heard Hydra peeped
He
over
was
to him.
pissed.
Hydra peeped over to him, tapped him on the back, and said, "Don't worry, mate. It happens in maps, but please lock the fuck in." So,
Hey, he looked over the monitor and said,
rich.
"You're lagging."
but yeah.
Yeah, he started hot next fucking round
He
two.
did.
So.
The search, he was very, very good. But what do you think of Scrappy's sort of record-breaking map? I know we'll cover it a bit more when we talk about it later, but damn, Scrap, get a kill.
Yeah, pretty funny. He could have doubled his damage and still been the lowest in CDL history too. So that just proves how fucking bad he was. But yeah, it doesn't help that their team was getting fucked. Probably no help, no thanks to him. But he did have a minute heal time, so like it is pretty good. I mean, good on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I don't think there's no proper excuse, but it doesn't help that you're playing a map like Hardpoint, Hacienda, where it's like a marathon. You're just running like marathons to get to the next hill. But yeah, no excuse. But
Not top 50 map in the game or ever.
I heard a little rumor
yeah.
about it, to be honest. What I heard is he had like a little side bet with Sib that if he could play on his settings that he started the season with, they had like a little cash reward on it, and then he played one round. He's like, "Fuck me, mate, you're way better than I thought."
Fair
He
comment.
did end map 2 with 18 kills, the two maps combined. So you look at it like that, it's pretty good. But
It's still not
6
good.
kills, yeah, map 1, not great.
Yeah, he obviously showed back up in the search, and it was a pretty decent series from like overall, it was a bit of a bang out. Just to put in perspective though, with his lowest damage, I'm pretty sure out of the 10 lowest damages ever in CDL history, 2 of them were for that map, and I'm pretty sure Kenny came in at number 9 for that map, but they did 100-point club them. Didn't really need to do much, to be fair. And I think Shotzi was pretty close to making that list as well from the same map. So that was 3 of them on the same map. So it shows the other boys like Hook was doing his thing. Hook very much saved my fantasy last week, and we'll talk about that more later. But he was ginormous in that, especially map 1. He was like,
Doesn't help there's only one rotation of hard points,
Yeah.
then the map's done. Like,
yeah. So but yeah, that's just a little thing, you know. Also from that series, I'm just gonna bring it up. So we had some snaking allegations. We'll talk about this a bit more, but I'm just quickly going to show a clip from Dashy's POV of the incident, and then we'll have a chat about it.
I want to speak first about this as well.
So that was obviously Dashy's POV. I can try and
Clean.
find the other one while Jordie has a chat about this quickly.
clean.
Yeah, so if you slow down the clip, he actually doesn't snake for the 3rd time. Hard to explain without actually like looking at it. But if you slow it down as much as you can, he doesn't actually go down.
But your player character still likes snakes, even though.
Yeah,
So like, if you're playing at it like from his perspective, he's not like third pumping, but which is mad to say. But from another person's perspective, it does look like he's doing it. So, I mean, I'm happy.
Graphical error,
I'm happy
mate.
with the ban, but
Nah, bring back Dashy, mate. He's too good to be on the sidelines. Different rules for different people, and he's the exception.
fair enough. I mean, yeah, I just think if that's Sal, then everyone's like, "What the fuck, you cheater!" Like, but
Yeah,
because it's Brucey, Big Bruce, like it's so good.
Yeah.
I don't reckon he'd know how to cheat, mate.
Yeah, I'll try and find another thing later. But Dashy even admitted afterwards that it was a pump. He was intending to do it. It was just in the heat of the moment kind of thing. as far as I can see, like, yeah, he crouched in between and shot, whatever people said, but the intention was there to legit snake, even if it was only the 2 pumps. And then
2 pumping's not snaking.
no,
so
but then, well, it is now. Anyway, we'll get to that. But he kind of
What?
went down for the 3rd
Yeah,
anyway.
it is now.
Well, I'll say that for case.
we are fucked.
The GA chat has now announced that anything more than 1 pump is a snake. All 12 teams
Are we
agreed.
fucking serious? Are we serious?
All 12 teams agreed in the GA chat and said any more than 1 pump is a snake. And now the new sort of, what's the word? Penalties for snaking. There's no longer 1 day bullshit. It's 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, straight up.
I mean, that's how it was originally, but
And
they gave Sib one day for no reason.
All teams have been put on notice that they're not allowed to scrim any team that is blacklisted in that time. So, and everyone has agreed. Optic obviously took it on the chin.
What happens if you scrim a blacklisted team? Like, what's the punishment there? Because if I'm Falcons and say Toronto are like they get done pumping and you're like, fuck, we're scrimming challenger players for the 5th day in a row. Why can't I just go, rightio, we'll scrim Toronto? They would 100% agree to scrim us because no one else wants to. How about we do that?
Yeah, well,
I don't see how this blacklist shit.
It has been apparently. They all agreed. They all made the decision. So I don't know what else you can do about that, but they have all agreed.
I mean, it's been done before. Teams have gone off the black. They're being blacklisted, but still screwing other teams.
Yeah,
so.
I know. But they, as I said, they've all agreed as of this week. And the 1 pump is out. Is it now? They're also.
So they want you to just run out. They want you to stand up and die now.
Pretty much.
That is shit.
That's just how the league GA chat has gone. Apparently, so Scrap joined from LAT. Apparently within 5 minutes of being in there, or 10 minutes of being in there, he had all 12 teams agreeing, and that was pretty much how the conversation went.
That's shit.
I don't know about everyone else, but I'm fucking sick of this little GA chat. Like,
Remember, kids, mate.
You gotta
imagine if we had a league that enforced the rules instead of
but they do.
the
They
players.
enforce their rules, but not these. Are obviously rules that
Not GAs.
yeah, these are rules that the pros make to make the game better
Yeah.
for them, for everyone, I guess.
But then there's like an overarching body that as well, like CMG or like shit that make rules too. Like, why can't they just fucking say these are the rules? That's what we're playing with, and CDL will adopt that. Like,
Yeah, that's how it should be.
But it's not, unfortunately. So
But that being said, though, it's also impossible to enforce a snaking rule for us when we're playing ranked.
yeah, well,
Like, you can snake fucking 8,000 dollars if you want to, mate. Nothing's happening.
that's just how scummy the players are. Like, you will see
Yeah.
Jayden Snake, and you could probably name them all the
Yeah.
scumbags that do it. So, same fucking losers playing for free, mate.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Now another thing that was said during the week was from Octane. We're just gonna have a quick listening to this one.
Just putting it out there.
Zuma will die in the
Sure,
Paco
yeah,
Hill. I
listen.
respect it, bro. There's no way. I see the way.
So
Paco
this
be
is
moving,
where
bro.
Octane practically
Listen, bro.
says about
I'm gonna say a
Hydra.
controversial take right here, right now for engagements. Get your clips ready, chat. Paco, not that good at this game.
What?
Oh
Just
shit!
putting it out there.
Nah, that's
shit.
crazy.
I'm just
bro.
throwing it out there.
Nah, that's crazy,
Oh,
bro.
saying it. I'm saying it.
Nope.
I'm saying it.
No, he's
Oh,
really good at
shit.
this game, bro. He is.
I'm saying it.
Mm-mm.
You can hate me if you want. I'm a realist.
We'll see.
Just call it how I see it.
We'll see.
Not yet. He's not that good yet.
Oh, well, yeah. But when I watch Paco play, he doesn't look uncomfortable to me.
Welcome back. We are
It just looks like LADs are just not on the same page, so they're all kind of just getting put in blenders. You know what I mean?
2-1 to Notorious.
So pretty much Octane there was saying Paco's not that good at this game, just putting it out there, but then replied to that saying not yet. So obviously he's trying to cover it up. But what are your thoughts on this? I just feel like he's I wouldn't say he's not good at the game, but this has been his maybe slowest game to get the hang of since probably joined the CDL. He just doesn't feel like he's taking over or he hasn't taken over maps really yet, and he's just struggling to feel that spacing and timing on the map being with this new team. So, Case, I want to get your thoughts on this. What's the difference between this and the sort of New York teams he's been on when he's been absolutely the best player in the game? And what do you think's more hindering him being that person again right now?
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to tell what the problem is with Paco because it feels like this game he should just be like really good and just be running 1.2 like Shots is at the moment. They were the only two players that played hybrid last year, so you'd think that with this year he's already learnt hybrid, like he already knows where to dive and stuff. I feel like it has to do with his ARs, like whether they're not looking over him properly or they're not getting into the right positions and he has to cover for him. I'm not really sure, but I would agree with Sam Stag. I don't think he's reached his potential or his hype joining this LAT team at the moment, and he's probably playing a bit lackluster. And Envoy's probably the one who stepped up and has to, I guess, star out for the side. But yeah, I honestly couldn't put it down to anything. Whether I might be where the ARs are checking him out, kind of not holding the right shit, or but I think he's still playing well and his movement's pretty good. So it's not that he's being awful. It's just he's not he's not his 1.1, 1.15 where he was the last 2 years.
Jordie, what do you think?
I think we've all pretty much sort of spoken about it before, like recently, maybe like last week or something, where we all just said, yeah, he's started off slow, hasn't been as good as what he should be doing. And even like the argument with like Envoy being better than him at the moment, just for this game, which is probably true at the moment. I think, yeah, it's just a matter of time for him because he'll eventually get back, but when that is, who knows? Hopefully he comes back during the major one for getting back on land, but we'll see.
Jayden, what are your thoughts?
The same, mate, as I'd hate to be the Miami Heretics or the Boston Breach this week. Little Paco would have a fire underneath his last now, I reckon, and he's going to be fucking coming out hot, I reckon. But I do agree, though, he has been shit. And you got to remember, though, Octane is a 100 Thieves boy, and he probably knew what fire was lighting there, so.
Yep. We've seen people like Nature try a lot of fire already, and it hasn't quite worked. So we'll see what happens. Obviously him, Scrappy, Ghosty's been fair. Envoy's been okay. But especially them first two, they've got to start showing up, and hopefully it's this week. Heading into the major, they're pretty much guaranteed about top 5 place. But they'd really want that top 4 spot. Not that it really matters, but to get a good first game underway and go from there. I feel like Land's going to show us a lot about a lot of teams, and I'm quite interested to see how certain players go. But enough about that. We will move into the games over the week. We'll do a quick run through of what happened last weekend and go from there. So we'll start off with the first game, and it was LAG mates versus Cloud9, and boy oh boy. And when you thought Cloud9 was coming back and looking a lot better, they struggled and got beat by a pretty average LAG team. Freestar definitely had a good series, and it was very weird how it happened. It was relatively close, but LAG still felt like they were the more dominant team on the day. Case, I'd like to get your thoughts on the series.
Yeah, I don't know, it was a little weird. Like, you thought C9 really was in it, and then it just they just lost. Like, it just all went by really quick. Like, it didn't look like they was close in the skyline, hard point. They threw a few rounds in the skyline search, and then the control as well. Like, it doesn't seem like that they lost convincingly, but they still lost all 3 maps. So, yeah, it's really hard to see where this team is struggling at. Like, obviously, Kremp didn't play great, but I think really it's their AI duo who's letting them down. Like, even though the stats are done all right in this series, Attach and Sib, I still think that they're a big reason why they haven't been winning games and why they sit 1-5 at the moment.
Jayden?
I mean, I agree with pretty much what Case has said. There's just something that's not firing. There's a lot of talent on that C9 team. And yeah, it's just like I think there's probably going to be a roster change if we don't see something before the end of Major One. But yeah, it's a hard one. But credit to LAG though, they did come out and play very well on the day, which has been rare from them. So GG's to them. Priester was a fucking madman that day, by the way.
Oh yeah, P-Dog's
There-
back.
Mm.
Yeah, I
he
wouldn't say
was
that.
he was
There
unreal.
is an Aussie sitting on the bench. That's all I'm gonna say. There's an
Yeah,
Aussie.
on my fantasy bench.
That too.
He's sitting on a lot of people's benches right now, I feel. Jordie, did you watch this game? What do you think?
Yeah, I watched the series. I thought it was pretty interesting because I think majority would have had, predict what is it, 70% had C9 winning, which is I probably would have thought would have been more, but yeah, Priester played pretty good. I think when we're watching, because I was watching with Lewis, he had I think it was, who was it? He had someone, I think it was Skies to have less than Sib. Or so he had something for map one, and yeah, he got smoked. So yeah, Skies played pretty good map one, which is good because he's been playing pretty average. Won't talk too much about the LAG because we'll go because they played again, didn't they? They played.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
We'll get into that one a bit later too. Next we had Optic and Falcons.
Just back on that, Stern. Sorry. Priester lighting out when I don't bet him unders. When I don't bet him overs, but when I bet him unders, he fucking
Doing TikTok
just
dances.
yeah, mate. He's fucking. I like his sketches, you know, like. And then yeah, it's the same with the bloke coming up later, but Skies and Priest are like showing up when I've got them unders, and then look like Stearns on the mat when they've got them got them overs. So you know,
I've played some better maps
just how
than
it is.
Priester this year. Let's be fair.
Be dog.
Anyway, next we have Optic versus Falcons. And, you know, Exnick come out and kind of did his thing that one again. He was, he ended up negative, but he was definitely winning gunfights he probably shouldn't have. The boys from Optic ended up doing it pretty easy. Hook was a monster with a 2.17 on the first map. And then it got to the search. And this was an interesting one because the Falcons kind of just blew them out of the water in it. Like, I know it was 4-4 at one point, but they just always looked like they had an answer for Optic in that search, and it was kind of impressive the way they did it. They all played pretty well. They all did their thing. And it was a good map. Then map 3 and 4, obviously, they got smoked, but like, they're winning search maps. They need a few changes. We will say that they did scrim Optic during the week and have made a roster change with Wixel.
What was the result of those? What was the result of that scrim, by the way?
Absolutely fucking butt fuck. It was horrid. They I don't think they got over fucking like 150 points in any of the hard points. They got fucking shit on. But yeah. So the series was definitely smoked by Hook. He had a 1.58 plus 35 kills for the series. Did his thing. Shotzi plus 21. Dashy and Kenny just kind of sat back and just reaped the rewards. They had a lot of damage, but there's not really much to say apart from Falcons look good in the search. Other than that, just good job done by Optic. The other three maps. Case, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Hook really showed out. I think he farmed a map 1, so it helps with your overall KD. But the map 2 is disappointing from Optic. A lot of people had them 3-0. They thought it was going to be pretty easy, but when Falcons won that map, I didn't think that they were going to win the series or another map at all, to be honest. With what was coming up. Yeah, I thought Shotzi was really good as well. Bruce didn't have to do much. And when Brucey doesn't have to do much, I say that he had the most damage still. But when he can kind of sit back and just farm engagements, it's really good for this side. Other than that, yeah, map 2 was disappointing, but
I'd like to see the one vote that didn't vote Hook as the MVP because he was by far the best player in this series.
Yeah.
Jayden,
Definitely give him up.
what did you think of the series as a whole?
Fucking sucks everyone had minus 2.5. That's all I'll say. But one thing I took out of it was I think that Doom's actually a really, really good search player. He didn't really, do too well in the respawns and stuff, but he was a fucking monster on that search. Doing, everything. But yeah, other than that though, I think it was, pretty predictable the way Optic played the other maps. Obviously the control was pretty close, but the hard points were, pretty stock standard. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the thing Optic do. I think they just sometimes don't turn up. They got fucking destroyed in that search.
Yeah, I actually think that Vegas trolled a little bit in that control too. That last round, they had a chance to get on the point and they
Oh
didn't.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
Well, there you
say.
go.
I'm surprised no one brought it up. I mean, yeah, don't need to talk about Optic that much because they were clear favourites to win this. But I think a positive for Falcons, they're pretty good on search, have been alright on control. Like they took a map off phase, brought it pretty close to this control, but yeah, not being able to get on the hill for some reason stopped them from winning that game. So I don't know what's going on in the brain department there, but yeah, unlucky.
more kills.
They just gotta do what Nate Shot said. Get the fuck on the hill.
Get on the point.
And
Fuck,
Go,
what was I
guys.
gonna say? I forget.
Oh.
No, all you.
Anyway, Wixel obviously didn't get a chance to kill Whore this week and check everyone out like he did the week before and sit back and kind of just got fried a bit. Didn't really do much damage or anything either. And now he's out of the team. So obviously there was something not right there for them to bring in King G over him. I think they're just gonna randomly week by week toss them up and see how they fall around XNID and go from there, I guess. If they get kicks back and XNID and, I've heard people say that they should...
That's when they win a map, I reckon.
People were saying that you should get XNID and kicks and just bring Clay in for the fuck of it and get someone else in their name and kind of work them around then. Yeah, well, Low Frosty's been playing alright in challenges with 3 people who don't even speak English. At least the main roster, they can talk English apparently, so...
Yeah, can we just quickly talk about that because that is faded.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know which one is it?
Who?
One of them
Glad
doesn't
Frosty
speak.
only speaks English, or can only understand like certain
He
call
can
outs, but not
understand
like
some
the small
call-outs,
talk, obviously.
But yeah, apparently the Challengers team that he was playing with originally, so Wixel, Dahoom, and King J, all really didn't know English, and so they're pretty much calling out like maybe like a boat or something, like they might know a few words, and he kind of can gauge off that where it was. But apparently the main roster, like the Roxas, XNID, Kicks, and King of Body, have slight English, so they kind of can still call out in English and make a thing of it. So if they had some NA players, it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, apparently the Challengers team's just genuinely Saudi.
Yeah, that's correct. And back on the scrims, I saw one of the scoreboards. I think Falcons had like 15 more kills than Optic, and they lost by 60 or 70 points. So it just shows that like the way they're playing hardpoint, they're good shooters, but they just don't know how to play fundamentally. And obviously, it's custom series, and like even this series, like they weren't close. at all in the kill department. They're losing by 100, so you can imagine if you bring that in and you start playing fundamental, like you might bring that a bit closer or start winning some more. Because from memory, they've only got one hard point win, and it's against Carolina, who, again, before this weekend have been really good at hard point, but we'll touch on them a bit later and how they've probably slipped a bit more than
I thought they beat him in
what we thought
Surge.
going to the major one.
I don't think they've won a hard point yet.
No, I think they have 5 gifted on it.
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Just some breaking news: Squid Games will be extended for a few more days. It was meant to end today, but it's got extended.
Very
What?
clear, man. You looking it up, Case?
Fuck!
Oh, thank you.
was.
Five gifted. Here we go.
No.
Oh, let's go.
No.
Fives in the
What's
chat.
I
Fives
thought
in the
they
chat.
they beat FaZe.
Yeah, they beat FaZe in the control.
Yeah, control.
Fuck.
They haven't won a hard point yet.
My bad. Fucking cunt.
Here you go, Frog Leg. You might not get ads.
So is that
$40. Okay.
Is that 2 map wins for them, or is it 3?
Oh, they have 2 map
They've won
wins, I
3.
think. Oh, 3 map
FaZe,
wins.
Carolina, and
Yeah,
Optic.
three map wins.
They're beating some big teams.
Yeah, they've taken maps off the
Yeah,
big
the
teams
big-
and
the
got
big
3
three.
0'd by everyone else.
Yeah, the big 3.
Fuck it. I'd be nervous being 100T coming up against them anytime soon.
Tough Optic, 6-1. They've beat him twice already.
Yeah. And the last game on that day, we had Minnesota Rocket versus Toronto Ultra. You know, the league was saying it's going to 5. We all were speculative of it, and guess what? We had another map 5. Somehow Rocket get it back to map 5, but in saying that, they might as well have only played 4 because they didn't fucking turn up in map 5, and that was disgusting. They just got fucking full sped ran by what looked like one of the best search displays I've seen in this game. They were just clinical. Toronto were very clean with it, and yeah, Toronto moved to 6-0 after this weekend, but we'll get to the last game later. But yeah, Case, what are your thoughts on this one?
I'm trying to wrap my head around getting 5 gifted. I'm fucking pissed. Yeah, obviously looking at the scoreboard. Paul X fucking sucks. He needs to go. He's that fucking bad.
He's sick, bro.
Been
Leave
saying
him alone.
the other 3 have been really good. Estra's really turned up since his first week when he was fucking dog shit too.
When I had him in fantasy.
When Jord had him, now he's got him back again probably.
I think I do, yeah.
But yeah, every time I bet Paul X unders, he fucking lights out, then bet him overs or don't bet him to beat someone, and he fucking does nothing. So he's a never again. He's on the parlay ban list. Paul X, like, what you doing? Joey D needs to really step up. I think he's been a bit lackluster last few weeks. But other than that, yeah, that's all from me.
He was unreal in that search.
Yeah, he loves a
And
bomb
hard
plant, doesn't
point.
he?
First map hard point, he was really good too. Middle 3, he was shit, but yeah, he was quite good. Jayden, what are your thoughts on the series?
Honestly, when it got to the fifth game, I thought Rocket were going to win a game 5 again. I was like, fuck me. But then obviously CleanX brought out the spray and wipe and finished that off pretty quickly. But yeah, it was fucking crazy how Rocket just keep getting to game 5s. Like, it's nuts, to be honest. But yeah, no, it was a good watch. Pretty much what Case said. Paul X sucks. He's really bad. It seems like most players we start saying are really shit seem to step up and start playing well. So let's see if we can get Paul X back up and running.
Jordie?
Not too much to say apart from maybe Ethereal. The reason why I started with him at the start because I thought he'd be pretty good, but got rid of him and now he's not carrying obviously because they lost, but playing his role. And Ultra just being probably easily first for S&D. They've been unreal recently, so yeah, I'd probably have them at number 1 for S&D at the moment.
Yep.
That's all I have to say for that.
So we'll move on to the second day play. We start off with Vancouver and Vegas, and this was the one I thought Thank you. Oh, you put that one on there. Fair call. And you got yourself a sub.
Yourself.
That was my plan. Let's go.
So obviously, Falcons have
That's
actually
worked
won
out
more than
fucking
3 maps
wonderfully.
too. They obviously won one here as well. So there's another map they won, another search actually. But obviously 5. Let's go. The boys from Vegas. I had a lot of hype for them in this map, and was hoping that they would do alright in this match, but they obviously falter again. They won the map 2 again. They look pretty good map 1, but they yet again more kills, not playing the point, not playing the objective, and it kind of hurt them. They spawned out on a P4 and got kind of cooked after that. The Hacienda control was pretty straightforward, and red card hardpoint was pretty comfortable. 04 went off in map 4. If you look through the boys, Wixel played alright, Nextney played alright. Xnick carried the search, he was goated. And yeah, apart from that, there's not much else to say from me. Case, what do you think of this series?
Another Vegas Falcons shitstomp. They suck. I really thought there was a chance for them to win a map or win a series. Not win a series, sorry. And if they're gonna do it, it was gonna be Vancouver Surge before Major 1. So, yeah, to not come out even to go to a game 5, which they haven't done yet, I was a little bit disappointed. But I said last week that they were certain to go past map 3, and I'm happy that they're winning maps, but I don't think they're happy with just winning searches every now and then, because I think really if they win one of these respawns, they could take it to 5 and end up winning a 50-50. Like, I think they're more than capable. So really want to see them win, and when they do, we'll be cheering for them. Well, I know I will be. So
Absolutely, I'll be up about from 2. Jayden, what are your thoughts?
Well, I've really got to say, mate. That's what that series was. It's just, I don't know. I picked Vegas, mate. I thought they might have had a chance to beat these guys, but it didn't happen. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say, mate. I think, like, I really don't like Vancouver, man. I fucking hate them.
Me too.
But yeah, I don't know. It's the battle of the shit cans.
is it
And
because
Vancouver
of the
come out
ethnicity
the.
or color of skin or color of something?
I don't know. It might be Vancouver, dude. I liked them when they were fucking Seattle, so
It's fucking cold there, to be fair.
Yeah.
Interior shit too.
yeah, it's probably because they are.
They got a mixed bag. 2 Englishmen, French or Belgian.
To be fair, Case, they've done nothing but piss me off. They fucking started this like last year with the best fucking intro song to ever exist in anyone ever.
Yeah, and then Pilly, and then
yeah.
freaking that guy, they Chris Benoit him.
Yeah, and they've just done nothing but fucking piss me off since. It's been all downhill since that intro.
He literally got Benoit, like, yo.
All since
Yeah,
that fucking
like, come on.
that one fucking after game interview where he was like tweaking.
That's just the vibes, mate. Just on caffeine.
Jordie, what were your thoughts on the series?
I honestly didn't watch this series, but looks like Abuza not back, but starting to be back, which is good because this team needs it.
For my fantasy team, by the way.
Yeah, and I think as Case was saying, a positive for Falcons, they're pretty good they're okay at search to be able to beat these teams. Should be not should be, but they potentially should be winning these control maps as well. But yeah, they're going for more kills, which doesn't help them at all. Just I would like to see the respawns in hardpoint be better.
I think it's okay if you go for kills in control, but you've got to stop the clock eventually. Like,
Yeah,
it's all about clock.
Yeah, you have to get on
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, going for kills is fine, but at the end of the day, if the clock runs out, there's fucking no point. Like,
I feel like there's a lot of teams that are really bad at that at the moment too. Just like stopping the clock in certain situations, just to
terrible.
you know, yeah. Like even with Optic, mate. Like there was some of the games they played recently. There's just like the clock's just running down and nothing's happening around the map. Especially on a map like Hacienda, for example, where if you die, it can be quite hard to get back there in ample time. Someone needs to, break that up a little bit. And if they just jump on for 2-3 seconds and, here and there, if you add that up by the end of the game, it's quite a lot of seconds saved.
Yeah, they've just got to win a respawn, really, and then they've got a chance. But here we go. This was the series that broke me mentally. Cloud9 versus Heretics. Cloud9 lost two search and destroys to the probably worst search and destroy team in the game. And it's really not forgivable. It's really piss poor from Cloud9. Not much else to say about that. They did well in the slaying department, but as I said, lost two searches to a shit S&D side, which is not forgivable, and cost them definitely a loser's bracket start. So, Case, what are your thoughts on the series? What do you think went wrong with them in the searches, and where do you think this puts Cloud9 in general?
I thought this series was over when map 1, Skyline, 1-0. This is like the perfect start for them, nearly. Going into Red Card, which is a search map that they probably enjoy, and Heretics are not known to be a great search side. And just to lose that, you thought, well, this can just go downhill now. But to come out 3-0 on control, I was really impressed with. Thought they played the map really well. They're not. I think they're like 1-5 now in control, or 2-4 maybe. So they're not a great control side. So it was good to see them. And Heretics, on the other hand, 5-1, I think. So to see that was really impressive. But yeah, the last two maps, they were fucking terrible. So that's all I have to say with that one. I like Sib. I thought he was really good this series. But again, it's always one of them, Sib or attached, that's really not keeping up with the other ARs on the other side. And I think that was the result in the vault. So.
Jayden.
Yeah, I mean, again, I agree pretty much with what Case has said. Like, I was watching the first map, and I thought once they won that, like, cool, they're about to be an easy two zip up. But yeah, then Miami pulled two searches out of their ass and a hard point as well. So I agree with the AR situation. I don't think Sib's probably ever going to get dropped. I think Attach is probably going to be the one to make way if they do pull that trigger. But yeah, credit to Miami though. Fucking everyone doubted them in their search game, mate. They put one out of their ass twice. So GG's to them. Fucking Metals is amazing on map 2, by the way. He's fucking
Very
shooting anything he fucking could. So
A lot of 2v4s that they won that they probably shouldn't have, or even had a
yeah,
match. So it's
that,
probably on Cloud9 more. But
that was what I was talking to you boys about as well. Just how many like rounds C9 genuinely choked in that first search was fucking ridiculous. Like they could have quite easily gone to a like a 5-5, for example, like a even less than that, but they had some extremely winnable rounds in that search.
Jordie.
Yeah, not a lot to add to what has been said already, but this should just, apart from maybe Miami being decent at control, this should have at least been a 3-1 to C9, but yeah, you just can't be losing to Miami on search twice in the same series. I think, yeah, Metals, obviously MVP, played good. Rancor had a very, very slow start. Went 5-16 in the control. And managed
that money's
to
getting fucked too.
managed to save his KD in map 4, going 39-25. Yeah, Sid played good this series, which is good to see. Yeah, that's all I've got to add.
He went 39-25 in map 4 and still went negative the series. So it just shows
Yeah.
how bad he was playing, except for that one map.
Yep, and we'll move along to the next match, which is the last on the Sunday. Boston, Carolina. I had high hopes for this match. I thought it was going to be a banger, and boy was I wrong. Boston ran away with it quite comfortably. The Hacienda was a bit interesting on the control, but the map 4 was definitely Purge's playground. That kid was insane. That was one of the best one-person POV maps that I've pretty much watched, and Miles was literally yelling at them to stay on Purge's POV because he was just genuinely frying. Yet again, Carolina have lost two hard points after being really good at it in the first half of the season. First half of Major 1, sorry. Yet again, we lost another two. They're really struggling on that game mode, and they probably need to fix up real quick. Otherwise, they're just going to fall down a slippery slope of not being able to help out. Boston looked very, very good. Awakening struggled again. Looked average, but they did it quite comfortably anyway. Purge was him. Not much else to say about that. Case, what are your thoughts on the series?
I have been pretty hard on Boston the last 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but I'm really enjoying how they've been playing at the moment. It's hard to deny that Purge and Snoop, honestly, their sub duo has been unbelievable. Probably the reason that why they're sitting so well at the top. But yeah, I really like how they're playing. I think Cammy might be back as well.
Cold War Cammy.
Not Cold War Cammy, but he's getting close. I think he's been playing really good. Awakening, yeah, he wasn't playing great. But I still think he was playing okay. Like there were some points where he, like the person was just getting 2 kills and he'd just quickly move and literally shit on people while the CDL stream was on him. So I think there's really a lot you can take away from this series. Boston beating one of the top teams pretty comfortably, in my opinion. But yeah, I really think what they're going on with this core group of Purge and Snoop duo is really good. Like their movement and their knowledge of the game is really, really high caliber. And as Stearns noted, that Purge map 4 was unbelievable. He was just zapping, mate. Like that, the Jackal needs to be nerfed, I reckon.
Whoa, that's from a sub player. Jayden, what were your thoughts on the series in general?
Honestly, mate, I'm alleging my full allegiance to the Boston bandwagon. I think they've been incredible compared to what we thought they'd be this year. And as Kay said, they're fucking really good to watch at the moment. They're playing really good. All the fundamentals are down pat, and they're, as you can see, they've taken it up to a team that have, barely lost in the qualifiers so far. Was it their first loss in the qualifiers, or did they? Ravens?
That was
Sorry, I
Ravens'
can't
first
remember.
loss, yes.
Yeah. So they've knocked them off, and obviously Ravens have beaten some big teams through that as well. So seriously impressive. But yeah, same sort of stuff. Like you have people like Slasher, TJ, and obviously Vivid not playing their best on that day. I feel like they'll be back though, so I wouldn't ring any alarm bells yet. But yeah, Boston played seriously well. Purge freak, Snoopy freak.
Jordie?
I'm sort of the opposite. I think this is major alarm bells for Ravens. Their hard point recently has been really bad. They need to sort it out. Otherwise, I think it's another case of just a fake team. Yeah, as you guys said, Purge and Snoopy just look unreal. Probably some of the best POVs you'll see in the game. Yeah, well done, Boston.
Yeah, Slasher obviously took personal that loss. Come out and said that it was really shit that day. Yet again, Gwyn was quite serviceable. Looked good in the series. But yeah, you can't take much away from someone going 45 and 20 in a map. He was fucking him, and there's been a lot of hate from Purge from over the last couple of years, but he's starting to find his footing and he's playing consistent COD. So I think it's all up. Like you even go look at the highlights, and it's like Purge 7 streak, Purge 8 streak, back to back. Like genuinely just carried that map, and it's good to see because, as I said, he copped all the stick, and he's continuing to go well. Then we had the last day.
Just shows like the system that you're in kind of affects how you're playing. Because even last year he was playing that bad on Vegas and he couldn't get a kill. and then people go into Philly's role and still the same thing. He comes out in this Boston team where he really gels and he really knows where he wants to play, and he's playing unbelievable. Like probably double the player he was as per Jay on Vegas. So it's really good to see he's grown as a player and taking this challenge on probably not a great roster, but they're really playing well. So which is really good.
Well, to bounce off that, he started this run in challenges last year with this exact four. They were in challenges and he started putting together, and he was playing really well at the elites and ended up qualifying for. No, they ended up picking the whole roster up for EWC, and
Loot.
they did all right there. But you know they've struck together and they're showing that they can still do it up there. So it's good for them. We'll move on to the last day, and this is where we had Toronto and LAG. This was a pretty straightforward series. It got a bit mixy. The control obviously was won by LAG, and then the skyline got a bit mixy at the end, but it was still pretty clean. Joey D played really well, and yeah. Like, it wasn't much difference in kind of the slaying as such. Insight kind of got fried, but Joey D picked up the slack. It was a bit closer than what you think it was, but they still did it quite comfortably. Case, what were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, didn't watch much of this game. Probably just highlighting LAG. Like their hard point's not that good. Like their pick was the Vault, which you would think is one of Toronto's better maps. And then the Skyline as well. Like they're playing two maps where it probably favors Toronto a little bit, to that sense. But other than that, they got absolutely swept on the search, which is not good to see. Probably not a great search team. We've seen when Gorillas go to search, they can really fumble, make some really bad plays and over challenge, get into 3v4 situations really quickly. So teams with Jordie's beans will really capitalize on those search and destroy nuances and really dominate from there. So I think that's probably where they expose them a little bit.
Jayden, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was the same. I didn't actually watch this series, but I mean, I'm not exactly surprised by the result. I think Ultra did, and as they should have, swept through this pretty easily. But yeah, I haven't really got a whole heap to say about it, to be honest. I just don't think LAG are gonna be good enough to, win enough games that they need to. Which I thought we're all a bit skeptical to start the year. They're either going to be really good or really bad, and I think it's leaning towards that further one at the moment.
Yep. Jordie, did you watch this one? What do you think?
I watched a little bit of it. I thought, yeah, because obviously Joey D MVP, but I think it was yesterday. Oh, sorry, the day before, played pretty average. It's good to see that he came back and carried the boys. Eric Insight, another slow day for him. Again, just the best team in in S&D at the moment, so pretty easy win for them.
Yep. Pretty straightforward. Not much to really talk about. Compared to the next one, which was the big one of the weekend, which was Optic and Thieves. Thieves coming to this one 4-0. Optic coming to this one 4-1. And we won't want to look at the red card. Oh, geez, there's a jump scare. So yeah, obviously, both hard points. First one was an absolute fucking Port Arthur relived. The next two maps, 100 Thieves looked a lot better in the next two maps. Scrap made up for his map 1 with his map 2 for sure. Then they got hold of him on the Skyline again, and then they were up 5-1 in the search and lost 6-5. We'll get there, but we have a look. Scrap with the 774 damage in map 1. It's not a good sight. Then you got Hook on the other side going 22-9. Quite clean. Then Scrap with the big 12 kills in the search made up for a lot. Kenny got fried. In the next two maps, actually, in the control as well, struggled a bit. Thieves just did it comfortably on the hacienda. The skyline was relatively comfortable, but it was still a bit mixy. And then the surge, this was a big breakdown. If we look down here, 5-1, drop the next 5 rounds, and we will have a look at the map, the 1v2 for the win.
Just like Karachi of
upsetting,
last
but
year,
let's watch it.
Shotzi's dialed in. Thieves have had to hit the tactical retreat. They're making their way through the middle of the map. Dashy, he's coming over as well. So wait, we're not retreating. We've just backed up for a moment. It could be a battle in the lobby. We could be throwing hands.
And if you're LA Thieves, there's no shot you read this kind of pressure.
As we're watching this, the
spots them out,
Thieves
damaged
have
them.
all control of Rock right now.
Here come the nades.
And proceed to run right back.
And here comes the tactical retreat once again, but it's Dashy trying to pick up the pinch.
Yeah, the amount of
Big
times that
Bruce,
they
how many can
sort
you
of
get?
second guess and
Yeah.
go back and
Trades
go
are
back.
in. The battle
That was
continues,
really
but it
weird
all
when they
comes
had
down
full
to
control.
Kenny.
And then this is
Kenny in
the
the
ice
1v2.
moment from Kenny.
And they're taking the fight to him. They're bringing this bomb over towards his site.
Here we go. There's one. Kenny, what a win! The comeback is complete.
What a play by Kenny to seal the map in round 11. Case, what are your thoughts on the series? And we'll go from there.
What a series, lads. That was unbelievable. Like, yeah, how Optic won this series, I'm just not sure. Like, great start, map 1. You honestly thought LA was suited for map 2 and 3, which they did get it done. Map 4 was really close down to the end, and then Optic just started getting a wave of kills. I think they got like 15 in a row at one stage at the end to ice it out. And then, yeah, to be 5-1 in the search and lose is probably unforgivable. A lot of their players are just giving out picks, and Optic are just playing together. It's like they didn't adjust to how to play, and they just kept doing the same thing over and over. And Optic kind of said, "Hey, this is what they're going to do. We know how they're going to play, so we can kind of counter it before it happens." And I think that's exactly what they did. And in the end, ice prevails. And the only way for Kenny to win that round was to reach out like that, and he did. I just want to highlight what like Hydra and Envoy there. They're butting up really well, but then they don't chow the corner together. Like the spot where Kenny's probably going to be, or around the rock. You've got to be in a position for Envoy if Hydra's going to slide out like that to trade it. And then for Hydra, it's probably just, I'll just chow the corner. And he only gets one bullet on him, which is probably a discredit to Envoy. And he's kind of left him on an island a little bit and not made him weak at all, really. But yeah, shout out to Kenny. That was an absolute fucking dirty shit on. And probably the only way he wins that round.
Jayden, what were your thoughts on the series?
Yeah, very, very good watch that series. It had literally everything in there from top to bottom. But yeah, it just felt like that whole last gunfight that Kenny iced up on. It like even until the end of it, it felt like he wasn't going to win that. Like it just the whole situation there was just like, oh, he's not going to win that, and then somehow he's managed to kill both of them as well. But yeah, definitely a massive choke from 100 Thieves. Can't be 5-1 up and losing a search, especially a team of their caliber as well. I know Optic are obviously in that same sort of echelon, but yeah, I don't know. 100 Thieves just has some shit going on at the moment, and they need to definitely get on top of it sooner rather than later.
Jordie?
Not too much to add, but Kenny well done on the 1v2, but if he didn't do that, he's dropped to 0.84, and that's that clip that saved him this series. And as Case was saying, I think it's pretty rogue of Hydra to chow like that. Like they know that he's an AR player, and he's chowing that long corridor where he is most likely going to be playing, or he was rock. And then yeah, I guess also with Envoy, like he sprints a little bit and isn't able to aim in quick enough to be able to kill him. But well played from Kenny.
Yep.
Overall good series.
It was a great series to watch. No matter who you're a fan of, it was had everything. It had the highs, the lows. Hook yet again playing very, very well. Shotsy as well. One thing I'd like to say was Scrap had 774 damage first map and ended up in 10.5k. So that boy was fucking doing some damage over the next 4 maps, even though 2 of them were searches. He there's no thing about him not being able to shoot his gun or whatever, but something's not clicking right with that team, and they need to work it out sooner rather than later. Otherwise, it could be a fight up shit hill, or even a roster change, which is just mind-boggling. Think that this team might need a change. But yeah, they've got 2 pretty tough games next week, which we'll get into later. And then there was one more match for the day, which was FaZe and Rocker, a rematch of the semi-final of the minor. FaZe actually lost map 1, which was kind of surprising, but then sped ran the next 3 maps, looked pretty comfortable. Looks like the FaZe of old doing their thing. Celium, he's back. He's getting damage, he's getting interactions, he's getting kills, he's doing his thing. And all of them looked in place today in that game. Paul X again. That guy is he was a walking
And Geo.
he was a walking bot that game. He just was very, very much struggling. Geo as well, but I don't know, something's gotta happen with this Minnesota team. If they're not getting a 4, they're getting stomped. At 5, they're getting stomped. They did couple off the first map. Estral played very, very well, and so did Nero. Them two are playing quite well. Nero is fine. He's him. But yeah, the rest of it was pretty much an absolute domination from FaZe. Case, last time, what were your thoughts on this one?
Not really surprised, to be honest. Like, the only thing I'm surprised about is map 1, they let Rocker win it. But everything else went to how it was planned. Rocker actually picked Hacienda, which I felt a little bit weird, but I thought this is one of FaZe's better maps. But other than that, this probably should have been a 3-0 FaZe, and I had them winning 3-0. So I was a little bit disappointed in that sense, because I don't think Rocker's a great team, but happy to say Estral was playing really well in map 1. But other than that, yeah, this Rocket team sucks. They need to get rid of Paul X.
Jayden?
Yeah, literally what I was about to say. Like, Paul X, an absolute fucking stinker. Yet again, he really had a really bad weekend last weekend, but yeah, I think overall though, FaZe are back. Telium is back. Tiny Terror's doing what Tiny Terrors do. Jazz has been really good as well. Now they're up and running.
Hi, Geo.
They're fucking oath. But yeah, I think they're probably going to be the team to beat now for the foreseeable future.
Such a good idea.
Jordie, speak about your team. It's the only time this week, so floor is yours. What do you think?
Yeah, I obviously watched this. I had in my multi, I had them -1.5, and seeing them lose map 1 sort of hurt. Especially with, like, I know it probably wouldn't have mattered, but that streak from Cell that he didn't call in, or where he fucked up and called in the fucking RCXD instead, and then wasn't able to call in his whatever it's the Hellstorm, whatever it's fucking called. But yeah, as one of the guys on the desk said, probably wouldn't have mattered, but would have been good to have seen how close it would have came in. And then, yeah, obviously, last 3 maps, this wasn't even close. Search, I guess you could say, was a little close, but good to see that Cell's back. Jaza, just the only one talking games, so it's just good to see that he's doing the IGL stuff that he always does. But yeah, good to see Cell's back.
Okay.
I thought all the boys played pretty good. Like, it was really stock standard series from FaZe, and I think they're gonna really bring this momentum into the major, and they'll win it.
Okay.
Great.
One thing I want to bring up. What the fuck happened to Vault Control this weekend? Did the league, like, pay everyone money not to play it? Because not one game had a Vault Control in it all weekend. After it fucking being the only map
I didn't
played
know
for
that.
the first 3
It's
weeks.
pretty crazy.
Literally not one match had a Vault Control this weekend. When every other match fucking for the first 3 weeks was all vote control, vote control, vote control. Are they paying them not to play it, like to mix it up? Like, what's going on there?
'Cause I can
Probably-
imagine Hacienda control would be getting banned a bit because it's honestly pretty fucking shit. So
Well, actually, protocol
Um,
control was banned the most this weekend, and
There
everyone
you
was
go.
picking Hacienda over fucking Vault.
yeah, that's so weird.
I wonder if that comes down to like the guy, like teams in the lower end of the ladder are picking like
Well, yeah.
Hacienda because it's sort of new and honestly the map's shit. So like those kind of teams are able to win against the top sides.
Even protocol,
do-
like you
Just
pick,
50-50 flip it, yeah.
Yeah,
protocol's the same kind of thing. It's like
yeah,
it's a lot of a bang out map compared to actual get on the point. And
yeah. It's literally
Get on the
if you can get that 4 down
yeah,
on those 2 maps, it's pretty easy to win.
yeah. But yeah, that was my thoughts. It's kind of weird, but hey, you know, the league might be offering some dosh for people to fucking select other maps. You never know. So now we'll have a quick look at challenges this week. Obviously the elites finished up. We seen EU was won by Afro. What's his name? Where is it? I have it here. Afro, Rafi, F. Dot, and Eric Boom.
The boomstick.
Eric Tick Tick, you love him.
Afro actually got the Elite Series 1 MVP for EU with an overall KD of 1.3, grand final KD of 1.3 as well. He was frying, that kid. I don't know what was going on with him last year, but since he's gone back to the EU, he's pissed on people. But obviously the talent isn't as good over there. But you know, that team did well.
The rival versus the Jackal, mate. Like, it's a big difference.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks comfortable being back at home. Good thing for him to see. But yeah, they won the Elite 1. Then we go to NA. It was good thing I watched a bit of this, especially the early couple of days of the Stallions and that, as I'm a Stallions lover. It was good to see. But the eventual winners of that was Omit Brooklyn, Luna's, Fellow, Neptune, and Craze. Luna's was enormous, but I think the MVP ended up going to Neptune. He had a 1.1 and a 1.25 in S&D for the tournament. Good to see Neptune back, Case. I know you're a good fan of Neptune. Fellow and that finally get the dub. I think it's Craze or Luna's. I can't remember which one it was. First actual event win. Finished second a few times, but good to see them guys get through, and they beat Illy and that in the final. I know you like Neptune, Case, so what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that team in general?
We love Neppy. He's a bit of a weird cat, which we're all about. We love the strange units. But yeah, he's just a really good player, and honestly, he should be in the CDL if it wasn't for him being a fucking weird Dylan Cod weirdo. Like, literally just vanished. Tried to go back to Halo for a bit. But yeah, it just shows he's got some talent. He's a really good player. I think Craze has won an event last year on one team. I think Luna's
might have
was
been
the one,
Luna's
and he's
then,
been
yeah.
absolutely frying. Like,
Yeah,
he's been
Luna's
playing
was
really
very good
so-
apparently in the final. Yeah, I didn't actually watch it, but here we go. Luna's stats was 1.2 for the tournament, 1.26 in the final, 1.3 in the grand finals, a 1.31 overall. And yeah, just literally took the piss. So was good to see from Luna's. He's been one
Yeah,
that's
big
talked about for a
TFL
bit.
Tyler Johnson fan as well. He's a real good player. Probably not CDL caliber, like level below pro, honestly. But yeah, we do love a bit of Tyler Johnson. He's pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't know how much Jordie or Jayden want to talk about this, but it was good to see some more challenges COD, some busyness in the actual events. A few big names down there doing all right, and yeah, it was good to see.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch all heap of it, but bits I watched, it was some good COD, which was nice.
I only watched the Stallions versus
Can we not talk about the Stallions? Fuck me.
no whatever
RC.
Stallions and Alex's team, yeah,
Yeah.
where they playing protocol hardpoint and they were like even at like 120 apiece, and then someone disconnected and then loaded back up and then Stallions got fucked.
Are you
That's all I've
disconnected?
seen.
Oh yeah, the Stallions go back to map 5, but lost in the end. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Elite though, it was good to watch. A few people had their eyes on it. I know Scump was watching it for a bit. Shotzi, Zuma. There was a lot of people watching, so it's good to get eyes on the scene. But yeah, so now we will. I think was that. Let me have a quick.
Predictions.
Oh yeah, predictions. Here we go. So we going into the last week of online qualifiers before the Spain Major in next weekend. So obviously we'll start off tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Friday over in America. We have the Ravens versus the Surge first match. I feel like this is a Ravens bounce back map. They will bully the Surge around the map, and I feel like this might. I'm going to call a 3-0. Carolina, they're going to be back. I feel like Win takes over and Slasher gets a bit of form back. Case, what are your thoughts?
I completely disagree. I think Carolina, they've really shown a few cracks amongst the camp and amongst their team, and I don't think they're a great side, but given they are playing Vancouver, aren't a great side either, but I feel like there'll be a few scrappy maps where they'll each win a map and take it out to 4 or 5, and I do have Carolina winning, but not convincingly, 3-2 in the end, but I think Vancouver can really get close to this one. So I hope Vancouver win for the record.
Jayden?
Yeah, look, Carolina definitely are showing a lot of cracks, but that being said, Vancouver are at the bottom of the crack, so they're dog shit, and it'll be 3-0 Carolina.
Jordie?
Yeah, I think as Kay said, Carolina win, but not convincingly. I would probably go with the 3-2 as well.
Fair enough. Next we have Heretics and Thieves. This is going to be one where I, maybe being a biased supporter here, I'm praying that LA Thieves come back and show a bit of backbone, show a bit of fight, and get some W's on the board. So I feel like this is a good match for Hydra and Scrappy and that to get some kills, and I am going to say LA Thieves 3-1 with the Heretics winning a 3-2 control. Case?
Yeah, I think LA Thieves get this done. I'm really interested to see what hard points are like. I think Thieves will absolutely smoke them in the search, and it'll be a quick 3-0 in my opinion.
Thank
Yeah, I think Miami will take map 1, and then Scrap will plug in his controller, and they'll end up winning 3-1. I think, Thieves are way too strong for them, and I feel like they'll start to ramp up a little bit of form throughout the second half of that series there.
Jordie.
Yeah, I'm going Thieves 3-1.
Okay. And then we got Boston and FaZe. This is going to be an interesting one because, FaZe are back. They're got a bit of fire in their belly. But Boston are playing some good COD at the moment. And this will be a real test for both teams, really. Show if FaZe really are that guy right now. And it will show how good Boston really are against a decent opponent. I've still got FaZe winning this, but I feel like it's going to be a tight contested 3-1. Like, it's not going to be a real dominant series by FaZe, but I still feel like they get the job done 3-1. Case?
I've got phase 3-1 as well, but I'm really interested to see how Boston goes this series. I think they're definitely no slouch, and I think if they win, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like I'm honestly a big fan of this Boston team at the moment. I've quickly flipped. I changed my mind like a girl changes clothes, as Katy Perry once said. So I've got
Fuck up.
Atlanta. I've got Atlanta 3-1, but I think Boston will take a map, if not 2, if not 3. So yeah.
Jayden?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think 3-1. I think it will be relatively close in every map, but as I said, I feel like FaZe are going to be the team to beat from here on out, and they'll end up getting it done 3-1.
Jordie?
Yeah, I think this will be an interesting one. I think the only positive for FaZe winning this series is the fact that all 4 of the FaZe guys are back and playing well, whereas on Boston, like obviously the SMG duo are playing well, but then you've got Cammy and Joe Wake, Big Joe Wake being the key factor that could let them down. I think a positive for Boston is FaZe aren't amazing at control at the moment, so I could definitely see this going to 3-2, and I'd go FaZe.
Big Joe Wake used to love Feast on FaZe back in the Modern Warfare days. You know, might be a game back.
It looks like he faced them a lot, mate.
the next
Did
day.
they not make champs? I
What?
wouldn't call it feasting. Actually, they did make champs. My bad.
They
That team
won-
was good.
They won 2 events against FaZe.
They won 3. They won 3 events.
Yeah, I think they beat FaZe in 2 of them though.
Yep.
Surge and Rocker start off the Sunday. Rocker just pissed me off because they fought for so many hard game 5s early in the season. Gave me a little glimmer of hope that they're going to do something. But Surge haven't given me that glimmer at all, and they're just dog shit. But I'd love to see Rocker actually prove that they're better than Surge, but I just don't know. I feel like it's going to be another game 5, and I feel like Rocker's going to win, but I'd love to see him do it more convincingly. But yeah, I've got Rocker 3-2. I just don't like Surge at all. I think they're pass. Yeah, that's unless a boozer takes over, these guys are fucking house cats, and I just don't see him doing anything. So Rocker 3-2. Guys.
Honestly, these 3 maps on the Sunday for us or the Saturday for everyone else are fucking that bad, mate. I could not give a fuck. Honestly, I've got 3-all for all 3, and I'll touch on who. But I hope this day goes for 2.5 hours. Like, no one gives a shit about these maps. I've got Surge 3-0 actually. I hate Rocker and what they are, and they're playing 3v4 most maps, even 2v4. As we saw last week. I think Geo and Paul X both fucking were terrible and they still won. So goes to show that they can win maps when people aren't doing much. But I really hope Vancouver can turn this around. And if not, like the Ranger needs to go. He is, I don't know. He's never been good. Like nothing's gonna change. And I think you have to jump off ship quickly. Even I would be doing it even before the major, to be honest. Like
Wait, which Ranger are you talking about? Are you talking about Hixie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'd be throwing him off even before the major.
Jayden?
I've got Rocco winning this one 3-0, so I'm going to the reverse to Case. So I've actually locked in Sturge not winning a map this weekend, and also in the same boat, I think we'll see our first roster change after this weekend, and it'll be Hixie out and whoever the fuck in.
Yep. Hey boys, book your flights to Spain. You're coming with us. Is that what you're saying, Jayden?
Yeah, jump in, mate. We're going to fucking Spain.
I don't know if it'll be before the major, but they fucking should do.
They fucking need to, mate. Like, it should have happened a month ago. Like, they're fucking dog shit. Honestly.
Jordie?
Like, Hixie's dog shit. And if they get anybody else in there, they're just better straight away. Not great, but they're better.
don't understand what this Hicksy play was. Like, why are we picking him
Yeah.
up?
Get
Like it was
lurks.
never, it
Why
was
did we pick
never,
him
never
up?
gonna work ever. It was just
we-
never working.
We criticized it when it happened. Like, it just makes no sense to me.
Mm.
But they have to lay in their bed that they made. So
When you got Neptune, fucking all these other good players down there.
Like they could have fucking had Hook, mate.
Yeah, they
Like,
should have had it.
correct.
Like, this, yeah.
correct.
And that's what I just can't like this team after that. It's just so dumb.
yeah,
And I've
it's
said
just
it since
fucking
day
stupid.
one.
Like so stupid.
Jordie,
Remo's been smoking too many blunts bowling, mate. Holy fuck.
they can't. Yeah. Jordie, what are your thoughts on this series?
Just quickly going on the roster stuff you guys were just talking about. I think Nasty is the obvious one to go, and I can with Nasty, I can see why they picked him up. Like obviously Thieves ended last year.
Whoa. Did you say
Okay.
Nasty's the obvious one to go?
No, Hicksy.
Oh yeah, you said Nasty. I was tripping for
No,
a sec.
yeah, because then I said I can see why they picked up Nasty because Thieves had a pretty good end of the season. So I think Hicksy the obvious one to go if I guess if they lose this series and potentially go to shit in the major. I am guessing 3-2 Rocker and Neslo.
Let's not get this cut. Like, if Nasty was to get cut, like, honestly, it would be a good thing too. Like, he's not been good at all.
Yeah, for sure.
To be
So-
fair, he wasn't bad last week in that game.
You love him. He fucking sucks, mate. He's that
alright.
shit. He sucks.
He's at least 100 T goals on still.
He was getting
He's
carried.
he's not the worst
by
player
his
in that
other
team,
IR.
and that's just all there is to it.
But
Well,
sometimes the
that-
worst players
that is
don't get
correct.
dropped. Sometimes the worst players don't get dropped.
Yeah, well, you fucking should, because that cunt sucks.
Yeah, Nasty does suck. You're right.
Fuck up, idiot. Next one, we'll move on. Falcons and Gorilla mates. Oh,
Nah.
I just want to say Falcons, but I just can't. Fuck it, Falcons are winning this 3-2. You heard it first. First win of the season.
Falcons ain't winning a map. Gorilla will turn up against shit sides. They're the classic fucking Essendon, mate. They'll look like prime Matthew Lloyd against the shit teams and then turn up like friggin', I don't know, Dusty's left boot on against good teams. Like, they're going to 3-0 and they're going to fucking stomp them.
Jayden?
So I want to say originally I had Falcons 3-2, but I just changed it to Gorillas 3-0 on the back of Stearns picking them. So, I think LAG win 3-0 and Priest won't wear a headset.
Jordie?
I'm riding with your Stearns, the 3-2 Falcons. And I think the big thing comes down to maps. Because I could definitely see LAG losing a hardpoint. Because they've been pretty bad at hardpoint recently. I'm just looking at the stats now. They're 4-9 in hardpoint overall. So I could definitely see Falcons, depending on which map it is. I don't know. I can't really remember off the top of my head what maps Falcon have been close on against, like Optic and stuff.
Vault.
But yeah, like
Bolton
something like
Skyline.
Skyline being the obvious one because it's so mixy. If I don't know, map 1 Skyline hardpoint. If they win that, I could definitely see this going to map 5.
Yeah, the thing is, LAG are pretty good at Skyline too. They pick it 70% of the time.
Yeah.
If I was Falcons,
Um,
I'd be playing Vault map 1 if I got the choice, and just trying to ride all the momentum off that you can.
Yeah, well, both teams are 0-4 in Vault, and I honestly can't see Falcons beating LAG at Vault. I think they play it well to be 0-4, but again, you never know. Like, Falcons look good in Vault too, to be fair. They nearly beat Optic, so
Yep, and that ends up a pretty average day of COD. But oh no, sorry, one more game. Ravens and Heretics. Ravens too good, 3-0.
yeah, I think Ravens turn up. They're a good search team. Heretics are not, so that's almost a given, I'd be saying. For the odds to be $1.80 is just beyond me. I hope Ravens absolutely fuck this Miami team. And Vamos in their face. So 3-0.
Jayden.
I think it'll be kind of close this series. I've got Carolina winning 3-2. I think Miami might win a couple of respawns, and then Carolina will just be too experienced and strong in the searches.
Jordie.
I agree with Jayden. I think this is going to be close. Looking at the win percentage for Miami, they're currently 6-5 in hard point, whereas Carolina is 7-8. And then Miami in control of 4-2, and Carolina are 5-3. I think the obvious thing is Miami being considered S&D. So if they somehow manage to win like map 1 or something, this could definitely be a Miami win. But I'm going Carolina 3-2.
We get to the Fizzy Day of COD, which is our Monday, their Sunday, and we'll start. This is a public holiday for us, so it's gonna be bliss. We start off with Boston, LA. Geez, Boston.
Shout out Invasion Day.
Geez, Boston have a tough week to show how really good they are. They got FaZe and Thieves. Yet again, I'm gonna go Thieves, just for the fact of they're gonna be bouncing back this week, hopefully. But Boston is still going to bring it. So I feel like LA win a tight one. It's going to be 3-2. But I don't think Boston are going to be overly disappointed this week. Like, they'll probably want to win, but they will show out in both games and be competitive at least, I think.
Unlucky for Boston, they get FaZe and LA, but I think it's a really good test to show how actually good they are. And I think they'll honestly they could win one of these series or even both. So I'm really excited to see how they play this weekend. I'm going LA Thieves as well, obviously, but with no conviction. I think Boston have a great chance. So I'm going in a map 5, and either way, honestly, just want to see 5 maps of great COD between the two teams, and I hope Snoopy shows how really good he is against a top caliber side. Actually, I'm going to flip the other way. I'm going Boston 5.
Yeah.
Why
Go
not?
Purge.
Yeah.
You just stole my prediction. I think it'd be game 5, and I think Boston's just going to get it done. As we were speaking before, I feel like they're going to be very competitive against FaZe, but I think this is a series where I might get the nod up. And I think it might be a little reality check that the Thieves need after this weekend, just before the major, which would be nice for them.
Yeah, as I said, it's not a concern if the Thieves lose this at all. I
No.
think they'll obviously, it's a qualifying match and you lose it, but I think they'll be fine come major time and on land.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll be a nice little rev up for them if they lose this before the major.
yeah, no alarm bells at all. Just
No.
Jordie.
I am also getting on the Boston bandwagon, but I'm also going 3-1. I think their hard pointers look better recently than Thieves. S&D coin flip because both teams have been pretty average. And I think the decider is the control. But yeah, 3-1 Boston.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting series. Be good to again see how good they actually are running Boston. So we'll see that. Then we have Atlanta FaZe Cloud9. I just feel like FaZe is too strong at the moment. I feel like Cloud9 will show a bit of backbone, but fortunately won't be enough, and they will lose this 3-1.
yeah, I'm going 3-1 as well. FaZe. Obviously, the much better team here. I think that they win the search and the control and might lose map 1 just it's such a phase thing to start. Even Optic to just start really slow in the map 1 and then really build their way into the series. So I don't know what it is, whether teams just coming cold or bots aren't shooting back, so they different mentality. But yeah, it seems like such a top team thing that you just start off really slow in series. So
Jayden?
So I actually think this series is quite a big mismatch. I feel like we are going to see a phase 3-0. You've got two absolutely red hot ARs at the moment in Cell and Draza coming up against two, relatively cold ARs in Attach and Sib. So I feel like that's going to be where the game will be turned on its head and it'll be a 3-0 phase.
Yeah, I agree, Jayden. The only way I think C9 win a map, if they somehow get through with Skyline Hardpoint is the first map, I could see them winning it for sure. Because they're currently 4-1 on Skyline in Hardpoint. But I think looking at those, just looking at the stats, that's a clear map ban for FaZe, I think. Or they just down on it.
it's their most banned map.
Yeah.
At the moment, apart from Volt, which they'll be happy to play.
Yeah. If that somehow gets through, possibly a map 1 win for C9, but I think 3-0 FaZe.
Yeah, there's no shot here that Skyline stays in my opinion.
Okay, and then so we'll go to the last match of the day, which is Ultra and Optic. And so just a little bit of details about this match. This could be for #1 position. So if Ultra win, they will get #1 seed. If Optic win, Carolina have to lose one of their 2 games, or Carolina will finish #1. So that will be an interesting kind of grouping to see what happens there. It's gonna be a good match.
Do you think teams care about the #1 seeds?
No. I'm just saying in general, that's just the position it is.
I don't think these teams give a fuck if they finish top
It
seed.
does not matter at all.
Okay, I will tell you why it does matter. Because at the moment you have Miami Heretics at 8. Why would you not want to play them compared to playing Atlanta FaZe, who are 6th? Tell me.
You reckon that's going to stay the same?
No, I'm just saying, at the moment, the way it is, either Boston, FaZe, or Thieves are going to be in that 6th spot, right? Do you want to be finishing
Why can't they finish 8th, though? What if they finish 8th?
They can't
and then you
finish
just
8th.
got severe egg.
Heretics
Why can't they?
Heretics can't catch these guys.
Why not?
Yeah, they can. What, you think FaZe is going to finish 8th? You think FaZe lose both their games this week?
I'm just saying they could.
I'm just saying this is the last game of the round, so it will mean a bit to standings at that point. Because more than likely you're going to.
Honestly, I don't think they give a fuck.
Okay. Well, if you're telling me if FaZe fucking.
They don't know who they're going to play, mate. They're not going to manipulate where they're playing just to try get fucking an easy matchup. That's not how it works. They're just playing. If they lose, they don't care. If they win, they don't care.
Well, that's just fuck. That's just bullshit. If you think they don't care about where they are, about who they're going to play in the first round of the major,
Do you think they're going to try their absolute? Like it's first seed or nothing. Like
I'm not saying that.
They're cemented top 4 spot. It's going to be fine.
I'm not even saying that.
They could lose both these matches. And they wouldn't give a fuck.
Okay, whatever. You're right. Don't worry about it. I'll just fucking not even speak.
Why does it matter if they lose both these matches?
Who? FaZe? Because if they stay 6th, I'm saying, would you rather play FaZe or would you rather play fucking Vancouver first round of the
That's not the point, though. How do you know that they're going to finish 8th? You don't. So, why does this matchup really? It's not.
Because it's the last game of the weekend, so you're going to know if you're fucking going to finish first or not. Oh yeah.
So then, by then, what if it's you win and you play? What if it's you win and you play FaZe? What if it's you lose and you play C9?
We've seen that before.
We don't know that yet.
We've seen that before, and look what happens.
Yeah, and teams don't just throw, do they?
No, but obviously it fucking means a bit more if you're going to say we can win this game.
They don't care about this matchup. Like they want to win it, obviously.
So you think Ultra don't give a fuck about finishing first if they can beat Optic for first spot?
No, if they want to finish first, they want to finish first. But
Because they
At
want
the
to
end of
beat
the day,
Optic.
if
So they wanna
if they
finish
lose,
first.
then it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, it does. You don't want to lose.
No.
You fucking talk about people who don't care. Of course they care.
I mean,
What?
they care if they lose,
Ready.
but
I'm waiting.
I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a loss in a league match, it's completely different to a major.
But
So like they'll just sweep it on the rug. It doesn't matter.
I'm just. Anyway, what I was saying was fine, and it's absolutely correct as well. You think people don't care about who they play in round one of the major? Fade it.
So you reckon people throw their games to
No,
get better
that's not what
placement?
I said at all.
But-
What I said was you want to win and finish first if you're going to be playing someone like fucking
But
Miami
mate,
compared to
that
someone
depends
else.
who's eighth though. That depends who's eighth.
Yeah, I was saying at the current point in time.
What if you're playing for first? And yeah, that has no relevance to in a week's time. You fucking idiot. Zero relevance.
You don't understand. So what I'm trying to say is pretty much the top six are going to be the top six, right? From even the way these games go.
If you start in winners, that's a win. You get no benefit from finishing first or
Okay,
finishing
so
fucking fourth.
Heretics finishing 8th and having to play number 1 is just as good as anyone else.
That's not what I said.
Well,
But
there-
you are in
that's what
winners,
you
so
said. It's a win though. They won.
that's not what I
They've
said.
already won. They're in
Yeah,
winners. They've
better
won.
than being 9th through 12th because you're already fucking there.
It doesn't matter.
No, finishing 8th and finishing first is a clear difference, but finishing first or second is fucking no difference.
No, I'm not saying that. But Optic have to win to finish.
Mate, you just said that the match to who's on top is important.
For these guys, it
Finishing
might
first
be.
or finishing second is
so
no big deal.
What I said was for Optic.
It's not like you get
to
fucking
finish
100k
first,
cash if you finish first.
For
compared
Optic to
second.
finish first, right? They have to beat Ultra and have Carolina lose, or they can finish second. Where Ultra have to win to finish first, or they finish 3rd or 4th, is what I mean. So it's more on Ultra than it is Optic.
I mean, again, even if they lose, they're still in the winners. They've still got
Yeah, I
a
know,
good
and they're
chance
still
to
probably playing
win
FaZe
the
or
tournament, so.
fucking FaZe or someone like that, probably. So there is a little bit on it, especially it's more for Ultra. That's what I mean. This game means more to Ultra than what it would to Optic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I'd agree with that.
Okay, glad we agree. All right. Anyway, saying that, I still feel like Ultra win this 3-2. They're the best search team in the game. Optic have obviously shown they can struggle at times in search. They're obviously a very, very good team and they'll win 2 respawns, but I feel like Ultra are good enough to take a respawn off them and win both searches. So I'm going to go Ultra 3-2.
I've got Optic in 5. I think they've shown their ice and they can get it done again.
Yeah, I'm the same boat as Case. Optic 3-2. Good series though. Probably the match of the weekend.
3-2 Optic. I think just looking at the win percentages, I think obviously Ultra probably win the S&D, whereas looking at control stats, Optic are 6-3, 5-1 being on Volt, and the hard point, they're just the better team. So yeah, I'd say 3-2 Optic.
Hardpoint's going to be interesting because Ultra is a auto veto red card, and like Optic aren't great at red card, but they won't ban it. They're happy to play it. So I think that gets through, then they'll play that. But yeah, other than that, that's all that Toronto's been vetoing. So they must be fucking dog shit at it.
Yeah, probably. So anyway, we will move on to our CDL tier list. I forgot to do this earlier. I'm going to start this off. There's 2 teams I want to swap straight away. And it's Cloud9 and Boston.
C9's going down.
Cloud9 and Boston.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like
That's fair.
they're 2 that swap straight away.
Boston can get top 4 this major, I feel like.
Absolutely.
They've
Yeah.
been playing really good.
I agree.
And I could hear
honestly,
arguments
I'd
for
have
these
Boston
2,
ahead of
but-
Ravens, to be honest.
I feel like
Ravens
they will
look
be.
very bad. Ravens look very bad.
To be fair, they've
I
lost.
think at the moment probably not, but they're very close.
I think if Boston and Ravens played right now, Boston are winning. That's
Yeah,
they,
probably.
they,
for
they
sure.
won on the weekend, to be fair, but
There you go, for sure. I
but the
reckon
week
for
before
sure
that
they
they
win.
beat Optic, so it's like
Who did? Boston beat Optic too.
No.
Like, is
Yeah, Boston beat Optic as well, but so Ravens. Like, Ravens are still they've lost one
Ravens look terrible.
final to FaZe, and they've lost one game in a Purge Masterclass to Boston.
They should have lost the C9. Like their form coming into this is not good. They should have
Yeah.
lost the C9.
And then they got this
not
week where
good.
they've got two relatively shitters, and they're going to beat them pretty comfortably if they do.
I don't reckon
And
they
they're
will.
still around that same.
I wouldn't say comfortably.
I don't reckon they will win comfortably. They might win, but again, the way that they've been winning is not comfortable at all against these shit teams, against these good teams. Like the only comfortable win that they had was against FaZe, and FaZe looked terrible. So they should have lost to C9. They should have lost to Rocker. They should have lost. They did lose to Boston. So like, I don't think their form is really good, and I think we're overhyping them a little bit.
I'd agree, but I think at the moment, how their record is at the moment, I'd still keep them where they are. Probably even Ultra above them.
Yeah, 100%. Ultra is definitely the top.
Ultra
of that list.
Ultra top,
Ultra's
and then
better, but not Boston. You reckon?
at the
Nah,
moment,
I'd have Boston ahead of them as well.
I think at the moment, no, neither of them. Just for the simple fact that Ultra went out first round of the minor.
I think. Sorry, I'll
Sorry.
let you finish.
And then they only played two matches last week that were like they were okay, but nothing too special. They just backed
Actually,
teams they
I'd
should
change that. I'd have Boston ahead of both of them.
honestly, I was just about to say because I was going to say we're going to put LA down, obviously. Like they're going to be third, and if we're doing that, Boston for sure deserve to be second or at least top of that top four. Because I think that LA
So you're trying to say
should now
Boston
be.
right now are the fourth best team in the league?
I'd have it honestly.
Yeah.
I'd say that they're.
I'd say give it a week and see how they go against these two teams,
Well,
and then we can really
'cause
place them because they're playing two
I think
teams in
that-
the top spot, and we'll see how they go this week.
We are changing this weekly. We have been. They need to go down.
These are going down.
These have to go down. If we've been doing this weekly, they've gone down as well,
Correct,
and they've
yeah.
gone back up.
Yeah, FaZe look terrible. We moved them down.
And we're-
they
yeah,
win,
and
they win, they move
C9
back up, and they're
down.
playing really good.
Yeah, like these have
So
been
if-
behind Optic at the moment.
And in saying that, now that we're changing these, Boston deserve, I think,
As
at
I
the
said,
moment,
as I said, they've
should go
moved
up at least one spot.
They've moved up a tier right now. Let's see how they go this week against Thieves and FaZe.
Boston
and then we
6 just feels trolly. They're way better than that.
Well, we will see.
By the
we'll
way,
see how they go this week.
if Boston win both their games this weekend, they're going up into that top row.
They're not. They're not.
They're not
winning
winning
an event.
this week. Yeah.
They fucking are, mate. They're going up in that top row.
Until they win one, they're going up there.
Nah, we
I
got to get on early, mate.
I think if Ravens lost to C9 that first minor tournament,
Yeah, it would be different,
game,
but they didn't.
Stearns would be looking at this completely different, and it was literally one round difference. Like that's how much you're leewaying off one search and destroy
Yeah,
round.
one
like,
round, and then they go up the next game.
not-
They beat
not how-
Optic. Do you reckon Cloud9
no
go up and
good.
beat Optic next game? No.
But
That's-
they
no, they
that
don't.
wouldn't that wouldn't have happened. They would have been kicked out, and you'd be like, oh, they suck. So
But they didn't, and they went and beat Optic. But
But
would
they're still-
Cloud9 have beat Optic? No,
no
they
matter
wouldn't
the
have.
result, mate, they're still not playing good.
By the way, can we move fucking Vancouver down with fucking Falcons?
Oh, no.
Nah, they'll be right. They'll win.
Nah,
this week.
they can go down there until they get rid of fucking
No,
Ixie.
they'll win this week.
Well, the
Anyway.
tier is called Vegas.
We'll leave
Yeah,
it.
they
Go
can.
there, mate.
They can go in there, mate. They may as well be.
No, they did beat them. They're above them.
So this one's
I
going
like
to
it.
be
Yeah, they can be
this week.
above them, but they're in
That
the same
one's
They're
gonna
row.
be
still better than
interesting for this
LAG.
week.
LAG might join them.
This whole top 6 is, well, top 8 was really going to be interesting this week. See how they will go. Things to move around. See what happens.
Yeah, Boston shouldn't be there, but whatever.
All right, give me a fucking multi.
Our
I want a
host is
multi.
faded.
Case.
Come on, Casey George, give me a fucking multi, mate.
Fuck, I'm doing this on the fly like a white guy here because I haven't got one sorted. How are Firex going right now? All right, brother. I've been too busy yapping about Boston being shit.
How many Boston plus handicaps are going to be in there?
Oh, true. I need it.
Do you want to build it, Case? And then I found 2 questions that I found on a Reddit.
Well, first of all, I'm going to go
Yeah,
through
good.
fantasy
Alright,
while you're doing
go.
your fucking thing, and
Yeah,
then we'll do
good.
questions after.
I'm just gonna go to the toilet real quick.
Okay.
I need a
I'm
piss
just gonna
too,
go
man.
While
through
you-
fancy.
Really.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to the toilet.
Okay.
That's-
So we'll
there's
start
no
off with Case and BJ. Absolute
Yeah, have a look
stomping.
at
11-0.
Fuck me.
Case won everything, and it wasn't like the HVKD kind of close.
Welcome to the
There's a
11-0
few-
club case.
There's a few
Yeah, it's
tight
good.
things, but
that. Good to be there.
yeah. Then we had Jayden versus Hugh for Jayden's first loss of the year. Lost to Hugh by 1. Very unlucky.
It,
Yeah,
it,
Dash
it
is
literally
good
it literally come down to the last game too of the weekend.
Control.
He has Dashy, it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys ripper.
He had shots. He
Oh,
just didn't help. J-Star got his first win of the year over Louis.
Let's go. I'm on the board.
Snoopy, Cell, doing their thing. Grimp. Kenny clutching up. Yeah, no, the vibe. And then I got a 1 win over Jack, 6-5.
Rounded it out, mate.
Very lucky you've got
Fucking
a
oath,
decent
that
week.
series is all over the place.
Yeah, do you want to see Hook stats?
That'd have been fucked.
Hook stats.
Hey, what?
this week
Hook's
was
gonna be
insane.
dog
Look at
shit here
this.
this weekend, mate, because he's not gonna have any shoulders left.
What was it? Hook, 30% of my hardpoint kills per 10 minutes, 31%.
Jesus Christ, mate.
He had 35% of my KD. Yeah, 1.7.
Mate, Dashy is carrying Ripper.
Dashy went hard.
Godlike, isn't he?
Mate,
He's
I
so
look back and go, fuck, I should have picked Dashy over a Beezy.
Oh,
Who
it's
could
a
fucking-
good multi.
Who had more plantings and fuses than his whole team? Max carrying him there. Or Beezy opening duels 1. Still couldn't carry me over the line. So we'll look at the ladder. We got Jayden still in first with Hugh tied on first place. Case, Louis, Jack, and me all tied on 2 wins, 2 losses, and Jordie and BJ on the bottom with 1 win each. This week, Case versus Hugh, Jayden versus Jordie, I versus BJ, and Louis versus Ripperjack. Did you get rid of Nero?
Yeah, first draw.
I can watch Stearns' fingers go here.
We faded.
What do you mean?
Faded Alan Walker.
Dashy was being godlike last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be dog shit this week.
Yeah, watch him be dog shit because I picked him back up.
Alright, multi-time. I put it in the Discord notes.
Yeah, if I
So,
go Discord,
don't-
it fucks all the cams up. So
Don't leave me, don't leave me.
Ollie
So,
Stearns refresh the free agency.
Oh,
you picked
What-
him up?
he's
Yeah.
gone. Who'd you pick? Tell me
Who'd
your
you
pro.
drop?
X did, mate.
Where's Brad?
Oh, wow. That's not bad. Alright, so on the Saturday I have Thieves beating Heretics. I had them 3-0, but in here I've just got them head to head. Just move us on to Sunday. First Sunday match I have Vancouver beating Rocker. A bit controversial, but I think they get it done. Otherwise, Hicksy Durang is going to fucking message on Twitter. Carolina 1.5 against Miami. That is paying almost $3, which we enjoy. Bit of juice in the multi. And then on Monday I have Boston to win a map against Thieves. And then I also have Texas to beat Toronto in the last day. Multi that all together.
$1.25 is crazy, by the way.
5 legs for a map.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, I think so. So all that together is around $16, 25 on it, 412 return. Thanks for coming. Hopefully a W.
How'd you like Sweet's one go?
I can have a look.
Mine was good.
I think we got fucked. I didn't save a screenshot, but it had, from memory, it had it was dead by the first map.
Oh.
We had C9 beating LAG and they lost 3-0.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
And then we also had Optic 3-0. They dropped a map. And then we had C9 beating Heretics as well, and they lost.
All right, boys.
So
we're at that time of the day.
Right, you got
question time.
Beautiful.
Question time.
Alright.
Welcome.
Is yours like a decent one, Case?
Nah.
Because I've one trial and one that's pretty good just to talk about.
Alright, well, I'll get a decent one then. So picking one map from every game in the CDL era, what is the best? Like you pick one map from every game. What maps are the best of each game, if that makes sense? So for example, I'll go first. So Gunrunner on MW.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
then you kind of have to tier it from there. So, so like my favorite one, I reckon I'm going Vanguard.
first.
So Tuscan.
Yeah.
Going Vanguard, Tuscan, and then I'm going Gunrunner, and then I'm going Hotel. Stiff on Raid, but I'm not counting it because it was called in.
Yeah.
So I'll go Checkmate.
Shut.
And then what else? MW 3. I'll go Invasion.
Well, okay.
It's hard to think off your head, but
Leave this one to you boys, I reckon.
All right. Well, if we're going off that, it's the best map is fucking what's that one? Did you say for Vanguard?
Tuscan.
Tuscan, yeah. It's Tuscan first. Gunrunner second.
I'm
Hotel.
looking at the
I'd
fucking-
agree with your Hotel. Are we including like
That's so
DLC
bad.
maps? No.
Yeah, you can, I guess.
I was
If
gonna
it's-
say
if
because
it was played competitively.
Rio was probably up there for last year. Because I fucking hate
liked Rio?
Invasion shit. I actually liked
Yeah.
6-star to be fair. 6-star was probably better than Rio.
Yeah, honestly, I'd put 6-star over Invasion. I think that was pretty good.
6-star was good.
So pretty similar to me then.
Pretty similar. And then Cold War.
I'm looking at Cold War
maybe
maps.
Cold War's last.
Moscow.
They
They were
suck.
I told you they suck.
Maybe Moscow.
Raid was good.
Garrison.
The DLC saved that game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Garrison.
Raid's probably
Moscow.
on top if you're picking that.
I like
But,
Garrison.
yeah,
Moscow.
I'd like to get your thoughts, Jordie. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm definitely going Raid for the Cold War maps. I'm going Raid 1, Tuscan, what were the other ones? I agreed with most of what you said, Case,
You
but
can pick Cave, Gunrunner, Hackney,
yeah, I got Gunrunner.
Hackney
MW2.
Yard.
There's like Hotel,
was the fucking-
Fortress, Ramazo if you want.
Yeah, Ramaza.
Fuck, I can't. I
Arclov
suck at remembering
Peak.
these maps.
Fortress,
See, I've got Raid,
Tuscan,
Tuscan, Gunrunner,
Gunrunner,
and then what games am I missing?
MW3, MW2.
Arclov Peak.
MW2,
Which is like
maybe.
Hotel, Fortress.
What was the one with the fucking market? That was alright.
Mikado.
Oh, yeah, Mikado.
Ugh.
It wasn't that bad. Probably
Ugh.
better than Fortress.
I
Those
love
maps
Fortress.
sucked as
Fortress
well.
was elite.
Fortress was fun to play. It was
Yeah,
shit
fuck.
to watch.
Going off playing, I'd go Fortress.
Fortress Hardpoint, good.
Yeah, and then this year's. Is it this year's
Yeah.
that I'm missing?
I didn't even do Black Ops 6.
Maybe.
Black Ops 6 maps are shit anyway.
God, it's
David
probably
want to get a
Vault.
6. Let's fucking go.
It's probably Vault.
Did you get on it, Stang?
What's that, sorry?
David Warner.
Oh, no, I didn't get on it. Did he get it?
You
What'd they-
bad man.
What'd they get? What'd
Fuck.
sixes get?
Fuck all, 150 or something. You,
All right,
you,
I think this is a troll question, but
all right.
question is, if you're Draza, do you regret joining FaZe? I mean, do you regret joining Optic over FaZe?
Phase over Optic.
I'll go first. Absolutely, you regret it. Yeah. Even Method said, like, he never turned down the Optic play, like, just in terms of personal gain, in terms of team wise. Like, you know, you're gonna get looked after. Like, yeah, FaZe is a big team, but I think, like, at the end of the day, you had beef with the BZ and stuff. Like, it's so hard to change that narrative based on like being good at Call of Duty. Like, it's weird in this day and age. Like, if you're good at sport, like people will just like you, like no matter what. Like, if you're a fuckwit, like if I know even at school, like just being good at sport, like you could be an absolute fuckhead to someone, and someone would still get around you because you were so and so good at sport. Like Ben Cam's a good example. Like no one fucking likes him. Um, but
Sheesh.
I just think it's so hard to like change someone's perception on you. And like, yeah, Draza might have done it, but I still think deep down, like a Beezy in that, like think how much of a fuckwit he was back in the day. And he's probably learned that you can't really burn your bridges. So honestly, going back to the Optic thing, I think that's probably the best offer you're going to get in a long time. And for him to not take it and cost himself a ring, because if he swaps himself for Kenny, I think they still win no matter what. So
Yeah, I
yeah, I
agree.
think he's obviously regretting.
All I'm going to say on that situation is I'm going to say the opposite. I don't think he, obviously, for the fact of like Optic, whatever, grow your own brand or whatever, but Julie on like playing wise and team wise, he's run that course with Kenny a couple of times. Oh, it wouldn't have been Kenny, sorry. He ran that course with Dashy, obviously, on the Modern Warfare team. Obviously,
No, he didn't. He hardly played with him.
yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, they were still in the same team. Obviously,
They didn't play together.
they he pulled out because of him.
They didn't.
Like, he got in after Dashy was there. Dashy was still
It
around
was
the
literally
team.
a straight swap. Like there was no interlap at all. But yeah, continue.
Anyway, he's obviously been around that kind of environment when it comes to Dashy as well. I just feel like he felt like it was the right decision for him to go to FaZe and be with the three. I don't think either decision is technically wrong, and I don't think you can really regret going to FaZe because they had their chance last year anyway. They ended up winning EWC. They're still a good side. They could still easily win the ring this year. If they win the ring this year, obviously the decision doesn't mean shit. So I don't know. I feel like obviously to grow your own brand and stuff, Optic is probably the choice. But for him simply playing, grinding, whatever, he probably felt like the FaZe boys were better to do it with. We don't really know the offer behind closed doors, but you can't really regret things like that at that time because coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. So I don't think he regrets it as such himself. I just feel like he's just grinding harder and playing harder because he didn't get the ring and probably seen that. So that's my mindset for Draza's mindset anyway.
You said he didn't go because Dashy fucking like whatever.
In
That-
all
I
honesty,
just said he's like obviously seen that how that team dynamics work for because he was a sub. He would have been around that team when they were playing. And obviously that's just one
Yeah,
thing that might have
why
been.
can't you say the same thing when he teamed with Kenny again then?
What do you mean? Kenny wasn't on. If he went to that team, Kenny wouldn't have been there, so it wouldn't have been an issue.
But he teamed with Kenny before after their LA Optic LA
He was the
shit.
sub though on LA Thieves, and they brought him on. He wasn't Draza then. Like he wasn't his. He didn't really have the same choice. What do you mean? Like he's talking about the choice to join 100 Thieves the same as joining Optic.
Yes, he had the chance to
What do you
join
mean?
Thieves again when Kenny was there. And you're saying he didn't want to join
I didn't.
Optic because of Dashy, but then because he's already played with him, but he'd already played with Kenny too when he went to LAT.
Yeah, but he was the sub there. That was different. He wasn't the fucking man that everyone was after, like he was this year in free agency.
So it's different because he was the sub.
Yes. What do you mean?
Right.
When he was playing challenges and someone offers him a
Right.
gig, you're gonna take it, aren't you?
Right.
What you think?
If the optic door comes to you, mate, and it opens, you jump through it. If you know what's good for you and your bank account, mate, you just fucking do it. That's all I got to say.
He knows he fucked up with that decision now. I bet. No matter
So-
what the results were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the key thing is that Optic won last year.
yeah.
And that's like the obvious. Oh damn! If I was on that team, I would have won a chip.
Yeah. Probably was. He was probably laughing when it was Major 3 and they didn't win a game.
They won Major 3.
Or Major 4 or whatever. When
So
they
that's
Major 4
egg.
when they
Yeah,
didn't
that's
win it.
absolute egg. Good one.
All right, next question. I
What
got
do we got?
another one. Of the 5 MVPs in CDL, which one was the most underrated?
That's a
Underrated.
good question. So what? It's Shotzi.
So I
Simp.
can.
I reckon I can do it. Shotzi, Simp, Vanguard would have been Cell. MW 2 was Hydra. MW 3 was Shotzi.
Simp.
Simp. There you go.
So yeah, so MW19 Shotzi.
Yeah.
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 So
What do you mean by
Simp.
underrated though? Like
So-
underrated,
Underrated,
the way they
like-
play that year, or
Like
Un-
shouldn't have got it. Underrated or
yeah.
Did I say underrated or I meant to say undeserved? I don't know. I think I
Undeserved.
said that.
Undeserved. Okay.
uh
I'm gonna say it. Cell Vanguard.
no.
Yeah.
That's the most deserving one.
No.
Reckon last
what?
year's.
He just
Him and
KD'd
Hydra's
just
one of the most
fucking.
deserving.
He just
It's Simp last year, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Probably-
Mine too.
still. I
Cell
think
was unbelievable in Vanguard, like unbelievable.
he didn't really do heaps though. He just sat there and got KD most of it. Very slow player.
But you would
Hindered his
criticize
team.
him if he got shit on, so
He hindered his team a lot in the end of
um,
that. But yeah, Simp in last year was.
he hindered his team in Vanguard.
Selim's MVP is but it's fair to say Dashy deserved it more, is what someone said.
No, I don't think Dashy. Honestly,
People's-
there was probably much better player than Sale that year. Like there was some good players, but like none that were moving like Sale for most of the time.
People saying Selim didn't watch LMAO.
What?
That was getting
Yeah,
comment.
I'm going Shotzi, or I reckon Shotzi was pretty good actually. He had a good back end of the year, and they ended up winning champs, so I think he was deserved. Yeah, probably Simp last year.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Shotzi probably could have got it, and he was for 2 events, 3 events, he was the best player in the game. Hydra was pretty good too, even though his team was pretty shit. But like that's not discrediting Simp at all. He was really good. I just think that to be the best in the game, you got to do it for a long period of time, and there's probably a big portion of that game where he was good, but he wasn't like winning series or dominating like he was in the Cold War season, where he was just clearly the best player in the game for a year and a half.
Especially I think as well as how it was so close between like him, Shotzi, and Hydra.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it could have gone to any one of them, it would have been okay. Like,
Yeah.
but they all got like MVP throughout the year for an event. Like, Shotzi got 2 champs in Major 3. Hydra got Major 4. Simp got for the year. So like, shows how good everyone was, especially those 3 sub players. Ernie, what do you reckon?
He said so.
Yeah, I said
Oh, you
so.
said so, didn't you? My bad.
I think the most deserving one was Simp that year in Cowboy. He was fucking.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
him.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Probably back on that Cell one. It's probably like they didn't win an event, so it's hard to.
Mm.
They didn't win an event, did they?
No.
No, they won 3 or 4 in Cold War and then 1 in MW2. So yeah, you're right. Like it's hard to give someone MVP when they haven't won at all for the year.
Yeah, I
So-
just feel like they were very underwhelming when it come to like the crucial points that year. Like they
Finals.
like anything to do with like any majors. Like they just because the MVP doesn't count towards champs anyway. But any kind of finals that come to that year, they just felt like they left something out there on the table when they could have finished it off.
That's a good question, Jord. All right, that.
That was good. All right,
Any other
boys.
questions, or we're wrapping up?
Yeah. What is the greatest Call of Duty AR and SMG of all time?
Automaton. That thing was fucked.
Faded.
That thing was fucked in Vanguard.
Yeah, if you can shoot straight with it, then
That
fucking
thing was
anyone
fucked.
can.
The Jackal.
I'm going CDL era actually. I'm going MP40
MP
Vanguard. Actually no, MP5,
MP5 with the fucking
with
30
10
mag.
millimeter.
Yeah.
10 millimeter. And then the AR. I'm going
Has to be the Automaton. Like there wasn't a better gun than that. Except for the
MCW is
XM4.
pretty. MCW 4-bullet headshot, pretty fucking
The
good.
XM4 for that one thing in Cold War.
Yeah.
No way.
Mate,
No.
that was fucking
The
stupid.
FFAR. The FFAR.
Oh, the FFAR.
The fucking Volk in
Razor,
Vanguard.
Razorback BO3. What was it? The
In beta.
not pre-land beta.
In the
That's
beta.
it. Mate, that was
The
fucked.
Volk that won Sparta fucking MVP for a major.
The Volk. Yeah, shout out Beach.
Yeah,
Volk
PJ.
believer.
Got fucking banned straight away. Jayden.
Remember playing with Beach and that was all he would use.
Yeah.
And he'd fucking go well. Then I'd go on and I'd shoot absolute zigs. I'm like, how the fuck do you use this thing? But yeah, that was a pretty rogue question. But Jayden, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
That'd be a hard one because I have a really bad memory with like fucking guns and shit, mate. But I remember like the Maddox when that first come out, like the
Oh, yeah,
first start of
true.
the game. That thing was fucking broken,
We're
mate.
getting the Maddox.
What do you mean
Yeah.
the first thing of the game? It was the whole game.
Oh fuck.
Nah, but like it got nerfed a little bit. It was still like really, really fucking good. But when that game first come out, mate, that gun was fucked up good.
I don't
Like,
even
Imagine
think
that
you got
gun
nerfed.
without-
I
without
just think
stims,
fucking
like-
the Saw got the hit scan and then it was fucking.
Imagine imagine there was no stims in that game. Like that thing would be fucking.
there,
It's shooting nukes.
it's disgusting.
All right.
Absolutely
Well,
disgusting.
anyway, thanks everyone for coming and watching as normal. Appreciate all the support. We will be having an early episode next week. Be sometime early in the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, whatever. Because I'm off Sydney. So we will organise what day that is and let everyone know. The major's on the weekend after, and then we'll be back in the full swing of it, getting all our information back out to you guys. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and hope to see you all next week. Peace. Phase
Boys.
Peace the fuck
Thanks,
out.
lads.
and we'll catch you all next week. Ciao.
Boosh.
Also, I think me and Case are going to stream tonight for a little bit. I might stream some League of Legends because fuck it, why not?
Yeah, that's all you. I'm not fucking
Peace.
playing that shit.